Group 2 contest, 2 miles, 2 furlongs, and very slow away Wise Eagle and Sweet William, whose lethargy is at times well noted, but this time it took place after about 5 yards. As stable companion Gregory is the first one to show. Trushan in second place, Coltrane settles in third. That lethargic start hasn't cost Sweet William anything at all because he's moving into fourth place and the pace is quite a steady one. Point Lonsdale in sixth, and Wise Eagle, who also stood still when the stalls opened, is at the back of what is a steadily run gallop so far. Gregory leaving the door open for Trushan, and the two of them will move into the bend, head towards the ledger start with about a neck between them. And Trushan, seeing a bit of daylight now, just begins to move to the front. Third place goes to Coltrane. Sweet William's fourth. Point Lonsdale is in fifth place as they make the turn, and Wise Eagle last of the six. So working down the side of the racecourse, out in the lead, it is Trushan, still relatively well set. Leads by about a length or so now from in second place Gregory. Coltrane races in third. So Trushan at the head of affairs, leading from Gregory. There's Coltrane in third place on the inside of Sweet William, who flicks on and off the bridle. Point Lonsdale in fifth under Ryan Moore, and right at the back is Wise Eagle. No change in the play. The distance between front and back is no more than half a dozen lengths as they work their way down the side, and they're entering the final mile and a half of this Howard Wright's Doncaster Cup. Trushan continuing to lead. The even sectionals, round about 13 seconds. Keep an eye on those at the top of your screen. In second place, Gregory. Coltrane taking the trail in. Sweet William continuing. RHavlin just to humour him along in fourth place. Point Lonsdale also going to be a bit lethargic as Sweet William continues just to be chivied up. Last of all is Wise Eagle. So they've gone up and down Rose Hill, and they'll turn left-handed now and begin this steady turn. It'll bring them back towards home. Big breather in for Trushan there. Being able to steady it down. Gregory just a neck or so away, but still passive in second. Coltrane in third. In fourth place, Sweet William. Point Lonsdale, like Sweet William, both of those have just been flicking on and off the bridle. Pushed along in fifth place by Ryan Moore, and then Wise Eagle as they continue to turn left-handed, make their way back towards home. So now past the halfway stage, out in the lead, it is Trushan, attended by Gregory. Coltrane with the trail. Sweet William pink and white. Point Lonsdale in fifth, and Wise Eagle still well in touch. This race really yet to develop as they continue this steady turn back towards home. Trushan still exuberant on the front end. Gregory poised in second, Coltrane in third. Then Sweet William and Point Lonsdale, and Wise Eagle is last of all as they now begin the turn in earnest. That'll bring them back towards the home straight, and they're inside the final six. Trushan lobbing along. Gregory in second, Coltrane third. Sweet William in fourth place, still just galvanised along periodically within fifth place Point Lonsdale, and the outsider Wise Eagle well in touch. Testament to the fact at this stage they haven't gone that far. So out in front it is Trushan, beginning to lead this out in the Betfred Howard Wright Doncaster Cup. Gregory in second, Coltrane on the running rail in third. Sweet William begins to move up on the outside as Gregory is pushed along. Then Point Lonsdale in fifth place, and Wise Eagle. Still Trushan leads them. Gregory under pressure. Coltrane committed to the rail run. Sweet William out in the clear, and then back in fifth place is Point Lonsdale. Trushan pressed by Sweet William. Back in third is Gregory and Coltrane. Sweet William's gone to the front for RHavlin, wakes him up. Trushan trying to stay in the game in second place. Then Coltrane in third. Sweet William leads by over a length and a half now from Trushan in second place. Then Coltrane. Point Lonsdale stays on, but Sweet William lethargic early, but so far sustaining better. He's been in front a long time. He's beginning to pull himself up, but he's got the Doncaster Cup in safekeeping. The Howard Wright Doncaster Cup goes to Sweet William. Reverses the form with Trushan, Point Lonsdale, Coltrane and Gregory, and eventually they left Wise Eagle behind. Well, he didn't respond great at the start. He was chipping along at halfway, but when RHavlin asked him, he delivered a pretty potent turn of foot, which carried him at one stage nearly 4 lengths clear. As is the want with him, he thought he'd done enough, and on this occasion he had. Trushan in second place, couldn't stay with Sweet William when that horse burst to the front. Point Lonsdale stuck on for third. Coltrane and Gregory readily outpaced the colours of Normandy stud RHavlin. And a welcome winner for John and Thady Gosden, who've had a quiet time of things. It is Sweet William who gains revenge on Trushan.
And Philippa Cooper can breathe again and celebrate. She gets so nervous before these races, but Sweet William has got his sweet revenge on last year and Trushan. And when we go back to the start, he was a little bit reluctant to go, and a little bit reluctant, as Richard said, in the race. But there was a moment in the race, Jason, where he hits the front, and the noise from the stands cheering the favourite.
Don't you say he was mulish early on, don't you say that. And then...
What a noise there was.
Catch 22 for the jockey. You're stopping and starting the engine, and he's on and off the bridle anyway, but he said, right, we've got to go now. He goes, and then I was thinking, oh, don't you dare put the brakes on now as he gears down towards the line. Wonderful.
Just here, though, you can just see him half thinking about having a little stop. And, oh, that's so nice to see.
A horse that means a lot to Philippa and Normandy Stud. And I wonder what Rab was thinking late on there as he was pulling himself up in front.
Well, thankfully he knows him so well.
Well, there is no doubt that this horse is a character, but he's also got loads of ability. Rab, was that a very brave move, kicking on a furlong and a half out?
He comes in and out your hands, and I think you've got to go when he comes good on you. And if you wait until he spits it out again, you know, it's an uphill struggle with him sometimes, but he showed a good turn of foot there. Kind of put the rest to bed just after the tour, didn't he?
I mean, if we go back in time, if you think about his progression through the handicaps, this is a horse who had a really, real horrible injuries early doors in his career. It's actually a tremendous effort from everyone at Clay.
Well, people forget that he had that horrible injury, and I think that's mentally why he has been, the way he's been in his career, but he always threatened to have a big one in him, and the ability's always been there. It's just, we try different things with him, and different things in training, and different headgear, and, I think we found the key to him now, and he seems to be enjoying life.
The other thing with him is once upon a time, we all thought he was a mudlark, but he can race on pretty much anything these days.
He goes on any ground. I think he's won on fast ground and everything else, because he sometimes goes around with a handbrake on, so never fully lets himself down to do really any kind of injury or any jarring up as such, but he does really like soft ground. He handles it well.
You've got a good chance on Chancellor the weekend as well.
Yeah, look, if the ground stays like this, it'll be to his favour. He's progressed for every run and his form's rock solid, so hopefully he can win.
Hoops is on her way, good luck.
As Mandar, with his back to us, leading in the winner, ears pricked. Philippa coming to say well done to the horse. I love the way she stuck with RHavlin, insists he rides the horses. She could have had Frankie and others over the years, but the man on the right is her man. And John Gosden will be smiling at home. That will cheer him up after getting stuck on the A1 and having to turn round. He's won a 4th Doncaster Cup. He won it with Samuel, he won it twice with the great